just bring up one thing that Rachel was saying that really just got me fired up again, and I brought this up last week, but I'm going to bring it up again, and that is the Monsanto, the corporate profile from Food and Water Watch. And this is a must-read because it just infuriates me because, you know, like Leslie Stoddard was saying from GMO-Free Idaho, is that the lobbyists are paid full-time. We're not paid full-time, which I think would kind of be more of a powerful message because we're willing to sacrifice our time, our money for this cause. And you'd think, well, why are these people doing this? Why are there millions and millions of people wanting to do this? And what makes me mad is that just lists some of the facilities in here that are Superfund sites or that are cleanup sites that we taxpayers are paying for this company. And so that really makes me angry because not only are they paying their own lobbyists, we're paying for their messes. So I just wanted to add that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. There's that I want to read, and then Claire Robinson of GM Watch came out with something that Henry's got on his site. Henry, do you have a light anywhere in there? You're getting darker and darker.
My electricity's gone off. I can't use anything. I'm using the battery on my laptop at the moment.
Oh, my
Santo!
Oh boy.
He's coming from Bulgaria, right? What time of day is it? Or what time of night?
It's night. It's become night during this conversation. So.
Okay. Yeah. From Bulgaria.
It's
so,
like
Henry,
it's
what
8-9 in the evening.
Saying is that we need to strategize. Because this movement's growing. We're going to get more and more people. The education's getting out there, and there's this race, and they feel the pressure here. They definitely feel the pressure. And so you're just saying we're at the point where there needs to be some more cohesive, strategy.
Absolutely, and I think Prop 37, the movement, even though it was unsuccessful in the end, was absolutely fantastic. It's amazing that they got so many votes. I mean, to get almost half the votes, you could argue that they got more than half the votes, depending on what you believe. But to get almost half the votes against that argument of things costing more is fantastic. So there's lots of progress. It's just I think a little bit more cohesion would be great.
Yeah. So you got the two together, Gary and Ronnie together.
Rachel had something.
Well, Ronnie, we have several. There are many meetings that happen. They're usually very secretive. There are groups and coalitions behind the scenes. They are not public groups. So it may look to the outside world like there's not much networking or much going on. We have to keep it very under wraps. We trade industry secrets, what's going on in every single state, what's happening, what their strategies are. We have recognized the fact that stealth is on. We have a stealth movement in some respects. So I appreciate the fact that the outside world might think America is not connected. That's actually really not true. And there are organizations that are national. They are very private. You have to know people to get in. There are meetings that happen. Again, you have to know people to get in. We've been infiltrated time and time again, and it takes a lot of time to kick people out that are infiltrating us. So those organizations do exist. They're poorly funded, and just like Andie was saying, we all have day jobs. There aren't people who are paid to do this full time, and those that are, that's where the money goes, right? So I'm one of many people who have dipped into their 401ks, who have depleted every possible financial asset they have and racked up major amounts of credit cards. I mean, in my state, this movement has come out of my own pocket, and that's not sustainable. And I know many other states are in that same position. There are people who have given every single thing they have, right down to the clothes they own, the house they live in, and have ruined themselves financially because of their care of the planet. And it's a lot lopsided. It really is. And I would love to see an international community come in and as a whole and start embracing the places where the movement has traction and where there are people to do the work and where the money will go straight to education. That's direly needed in the U.S. especially.
So what's interesting to me is that, what you hear about with the arguments all the time, kind of changing this a little bit, is all you hear is safe, safe, safe. And one of my biggest issues is how science constantly, Monsanto's science constantly trumps ethics. That, you have farmers who are next to farmers who are growing this and putting other farmers out of business. And somehow that's just ignored. And honey is the same thing. I don't want this in my honey. And ethically, there's just so many issues with this. And this is what really gets me, I have real troubles with this technology, is the ethical part that's just totally ignored.
So Henry, I mean, we are pretty angry. I mean, we all found out about this food, and we all get pretty angry. And even if it's, you know, like 3 years for me and 7 years for Andie, and I'm not sure about Rachel, but I think it's a little bit over 6 months now for Zen. I mean, all of that anger just comes right back up. But other than just getting angry and doing, you know, whatever we can do to inform people, are there certain things that you think that we can do to be more effective to get the word out or make changes? Oh no. Oh no. We can't.
Yeah, I think.
Don't worry, I muted my microphone. I think the main thing is just to get more cohesion. If an outward cohesion, it would be great. But as the others have said, there might be that coming already. But I think that's the most important thing, because it's a huge monster you're all fighting against. So it's difficult to take down.
Yeah, just chop a leg off at a time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the problem is that it keeps on growing another one back. I mean, every time you turn around, it seems like there's something more going on somewhere else. So
It's
another fight.
It's about having control over what I plant in my garden. I think just putting the transparency of what's going on with our food, educating other people, and that's what I said is unstoppable. Is that people are becoming educated with groups like what Zen's doing. I mean, that's reaching out to other moms, and that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
You see, the thing about Zen's movement and mothers is that strikes a chord everywhere in the world.
Yes,
straight away.
it does.
There are very few other chords that you can really strike with any organisation. But mothers, if we can group together some mother organisations from different countries, it'd be really, really useful. Really useful.
Go ahead, Zen. Zen, you're muted.
Okay. We have Holistic Moms on board. I'm very excited about that, and because they're not a non-GMO organization, you know. So that is very exciting. But I also want to say that a lot of chords have been struck with a lot of people. People are mad. And the moms on my board, they're mad. They want to do something now. And I think that's why the March Against Monsanto, even though I prefer to be for something, but the March Against Monsanto has taken up, what was like 69,000 likes and 9,000 people signed up in a couple of days. And that's happening May 25th. And that's, you know, not just moms, that is everybody from everywhere and they're mad and they're doing it, and it's gone global, right? There's 200 across the globe.
That's right, fantastic.
Yeah, so it is, there's a lot of cohesion beginning to come together, you know, but I do see a lot of angry people, and we want to do more than just be angry, though. We want to be effective. And so, you know, we're really trying to ponder what is it that we can do. I mean, besides not buying this food and educating each other, we're just, what is it that we can do that's going to have this stop? How do we stop Monsanto?
Well, I think from experience in Britain specifically, it's the mainstream media that is the most important thing. Once you lot start getting into mainstream media, it will be really, really easy. It's just it's a huge step that you have to make from just being people who are shouting, you know, in the wilderness to people who are actually in the mainstream media, and it's the most important thing, because there's no other message that you can get out easily nowadays, unless you have some viral message, which is almost impossible. So I don't know how to do it. I can't tell you how to do it, because I don't know how it is in America. But that was the most important thing here, was getting 2 or 3 of the main big newspapers in Europe actually to support the campaign. That was the main thing that stopped everything in the end.
Well, the thing that I found of interest was in Canada, the coverage on the GE alfalfa, what's going on there right now. There's quite a bit of media coverage there. We didn't have that here in the U.S. when we were fighting this.